And just want to make sure that Taylor knows that the Nkuhuma Pride are on the property, because Hukumuri is now crossed out of our turf, so maybe she can race across there, and she does know about that, so that's the good news. So she's going to head off and see if she can't find the lions, and we're going to stay here, and I'm just going to keep quiet for a second. We'll actually be able to hear him lapping up the water. Thirsty boy. Either tolerates him, or yeah, I mean, it's just a tricky question for me to answer, and I think, to be honest, for anyone to answer, because none of us spend enough time knowing exactly what goes on with these animals when they are most active after dark. So there'll be too many missing pieces of information for anyone to categorically say who the most social is, in my opinion. Maybe that's the plan. Okay, everyone, we are going to be sending you back to Steve. He seems to have had a fairly busy time. How incredible was that sunset? Shoo-wee! Absolutely magical. One of the best we've seen in a while. So happy that Taylor stopped and managed to show you that in all its glory. But happy that the Nkuhuma Pride have got a little bonus meal. And happy to hear that all the wild dogs escaped unscathed, being the most successful predator that roams these plains. Well, not really plains, this wilderness. They'll be able to make a kill relatively easily. I'm not too sure exactly the finer details of how much of the kill the lions managed to get and what exactly it was. I'm guessing it was probably an impala and probably not much remaining, because wild dogs eat incredibly fast. So the lion's probably only got a bit of a snack. And who knows, maybe they'll decide to come back onto Djuma after their pilfered meal. And maybe they'll be around for us in the morning. We've been spoiled rotten though recently. Lots of big cats around. Especially leopards. I mean, it's ridiculous. What are you hearing? Hosana? Oh, it was the geese flying away. That's what he's watching. There goes your dinner, buddy. You're going to have to make a plan B. But yeah, we've been seeing so many different male leopards. Hukumuri, Tamba, Hosana, Djuma last night. It was just Tingana, the old guy who we used to see more than anyone, missing off the list. But I mean, we could, in theory, if we see Tingana tomorrow, we would have seen 5 males within the space of 36 hours, which would be absolutely fascinating. And it'll be nice. Christina, you'd like to know if the leopards feel the change that's going on with the males. And yes, they will certainly be 100% clued in to what's going on with the males. And if they're not, well, they are not clever. Because it's very important that females know what's going on with the males that roam their territory. Mainly because they're a massive threat to any cubs that they may have. But even possibly to themselves as adults. You know, if they try and defend a cub, a rogue male could kill them. Ooh, a nightjar just flew past him. I'm not sure if you saw a little blur go through the screen there. So yeah, I think the females definitely know what's going on. Again, sadly, you know, I think we miss so much of what actually happens here after dark. And even during the day. There's just a lot of stuff that happens here where we are not around to document it or to be able to learn from and understand what behavior is going on and how much the leopards do understand. And I mean, that's just us being there to see things. Then, of course, there's the fact that it's difficult for us to try and comprehend. You know, when we heard Djuma calling last night, was Tundi nearby? Could she hear it was him? Did she know it was him? Was she comfortable with the fact that it's him? Because he's been marching along that same cut line for many years now, so that's kind of stable and not a threat to her. Whereas the Hukumuri male, who was in all likelihood the male that was vocalizing in and around the dam cam last night, you know, what does she think when she hears his vocalization? Did she come closer? Did she run away? You know, there's just so much it would be very difficult for us to just kind of guess, you know, what's going on and how much they know about what's happening. So, yeah, that's why I prefer to, you know, rather than hypothesizing, rather try and kind of wait and just see what happens as and when we get lucky and see an interesting kind of event happen. It's kind of like saying, what would happen if you put Bob and Susie on Mars together? You know, depends on Bob. Yeah, what Bob and Susie's moods are, who Bob and Susie are, whether they're compatible, you know, and you get lots of different Bobs and Susies on the planet. So that's my take on that. Okay, how much time we got left? 20 minutes. Come on, boy, take us for a stroll. You can have another 5 minutes snoozing and then we expect some action from you. Very good. We're going to send you across to Taylor to see what she's getting up to. Well, he's kind of just slinking around this waterhole, and he actually, I don't know if he just kind of ran after a frog or if a bat caught his attention, but he kind of just had a hop, a skip, and a pounce. But not too sure what he was hoping to latch onto. Seems like he's just checking the perimeter of this waterhole. We might get a little bit of a blowout there as he comes too close to us, but Dave's too slick on the camera for that to happen. And I guess we just have to wait for him to pop out. There he is. He's just popped out onto the other side, sniffing around very, very intently. Well done to Taylor for finding that little chameleon. Really, really cool seeing them. It's times like this that I'd really, really love to know exactly what's happening. What senses, what smells are they picking up? What are they thinking? What is exciting them here? Hard to be certain. Clearly, it is something. There's the old phlegm and grimace, which is allowing him to better process those smells from a special organ in the upper lip. Let's see if he has another pull and reprocess. CJ, you're saying that you've noticed Hosana's putting on some weight, and yes, he certainly is. He's growing up to be an impressive young male already, and I'm looking forward to following his future and seeing how big and strong he ends up. Let's hope it's not too far from here. Let's hope he doesn't do a hukumuri and head all the way 100 kilometers away to the Crocodile Bridge. Excuse me. That's where the hukumuri male came from. Now it looks like whatever the smell is that's exciting him is very, very close to our vehicle. Let's see if it doesn't bring him even closer. Maybe it's from Tundi last night, maybe it's from Tumba being in the area, maybe it's from some possible prey. Having a good old sniff about. Sadly, in this long grass, it's just very difficult to tell or see exactly what he is doing. Veronica, you have got a little bit confused. You would like to know, is Hosana, where does he kind of fit in, and where's Tingana? Who's Tingana? Basically, how it works is Tingana is the old dominant male of Djuma, and he kind of came in and established himself about 3 years ago. And more recently, he's got some competition from another male called the hukumuri male. So those are the two older males that are vying for dominance. And then we've got this youngster who's 2 years old, just over 2 years old, called Hosana, as well as another youngster who's around, just younger than this guy, called Tumba. So it's 4 males really that we see here. Having said that, we did see another one who's kind of, his territory spans to the north from our northern boundary. His name is Djuma. But yeah, when there's lots of leopards around, it can be a little bit confusing. But don't worry, Veronica. A few more safaris and you'll be in full swing. I wonder if he's going to jump up into this bush. I've got a feeling he might. Sometimes they kind of like to really rub up against certain bushes, and this looks like one that he might try and do just that. Come on, buddy. Show us the vertical. No. Kathy, yes, if we did have lion poop on our tires, he would certainly react. He would be a little bit cautious. What was that? I just heard some noise. Was it him just kind of bounding through the bushes there? Dave's done incredibly well to keep up with him there. And we do have some other guests enjoying the sighting with us, and they can't see a thing because we're viewing in infrared. But they've been very sporting and not been using their flashlights. But I'm feeling quite bad because, of course, they can't see anything. It's just us that can see. It is the way of the future, though. Every vehicle should be kitted with infrared as technology becomes more affordable, because it is definitely the least impact and best way to go about viewing animals after dark. Where has he slunk off to? Let's see if we can reposition. Oh no, he's about to pop up into view. He's heading away from us there. Well done, Dave. What are your plans, young Hosana? Are you going to go back and check out Tumba's kill site? Search for a few scraps there? I wonder. Okay, now when they disappear, without the assistance from their infrared light, we're going to battle to see anything. So I'm kind of torn as to what to do now for the last 2 minutes. Any suggestions? Very good. I wonder what's getting his attention in there. Definitely something, as it appears to be hiding underneath this fallen down tree. Whee! Excusing everyone. Blessings. Probably gave some of you guys a heart attack. Apologies for that. Well, very good everyone. And I hope you've all enjoyed the sunset. Sorry, a bug just flew into my mouth. The sunset safari. We've loved having you guys on board. And as always, all your comments and contributions have made the safari an absolute joy. So thanks so much, and thanks to the team in the final control room here, slaving away behind closed walls and doors, as well as our tech team. Make sure you tune in to the Sunrise Safari. Who knows what kind of crazy action might be unfolding.